Okay, howdo everybody, welcome back to Let's Stream Castlevania Circle of the Moon. I'm wearing toasty pants that are fresh out of the dryer. Oh, these feel nice. It's always nice wearing jeans that are, like, freshly dried. Oh, man, they feel nice. Anyway, between this episode and the last, I did the grinding I said I was going to do at that Flame Knight and got myself to level 28. Took about probably an hour and a half or so, but as you can see, our stats are a lot better. We won't need to grind levels for, probably, let's see. We're currently at 21% of the game, or 21% of the map completion at least. I'd say we probably, within reason, would not need to grind again until probably somewhere in the 70 to 80% range, so we're good to go for a long while. So anyway, where we're going to be heading next is I actually want to teleport back to the front entrance. Actually, no, I can't do that yet. I need to do the rest of this little audience chamber area. And keep looking around here. Let's see, something else. I got a lot of bronze armor. a lot of bronze armor. I also maxed out my stock of heart EXs, because that flame armor dropped heart EXs and bronze armor. So, basically hearts are never going to be a concern. Because if we run low, we can just pop a few of those and immediately get back into action. Also, I was mistaken. Heart EXs give 50 hearts, not 75. Let's see. We'll go with defense. Yeah, there we go. One-shotting baddies now. This will not last! So there's a MP boost over here. No hidden walls. Alright. Let's see. As far as equipment goes, I don't think I changed any equipment. Nah. And, I still have the cross. Outside of very specific instances, I'm going to be keeping the cross equipped for the remainder of the game. Oh, hello, secret wall. That's 3 MP max boosts. That's really nice. Let's see. Yeah, we can go through here. Actually, I think if we go this way, we can find this clinking men here, if you care. Arm guard. I want to be careful, because that guy. Don't want that knife. An area of interest is actually up here. We can't get up here yet, but I believe that area contains an enemy that drops a card, so I want to come back for that later. I'll take that. Heart boost. Nice. Ow. Stop it. Yeah, even though we're pretty high leveled and that thing did less than 10 damage, we're still taking a noticeable hit to our HP whenever we do take damage, so we still need to be careful. Hello. I'll immediately get that healed up. Nice. Shouldn't be anything there. Usually there's only one hidden wall per room. Ooh, a potion. Very nice. Ah, I thought you were going to throw your axe. That's cute. And the game will not stop you from picking up items that you already have a maximum stack of. So, yeah, the more leather armors we get, it's not really going to hurt anything. How much did that do? Okay, that's like 24 damage? That's roughly half of what he did to me before. When he hit me for like over 40. And murdered the crap out of me, so... Good to note, those guys show up, cast the defense buff. Alright, that's where the next boss is. There's a save point down below. I'll take that potion. Okay, yeah, 24. axe. Though an axe would be good for the boss up ahead. Can't go that way. I did not mean to do that. I don't even want to know how much these things do. I suppose right here also isn't a bad spot to farm the electric skeleton, because there's a save point right here. I need one more heart, but I'll max that out by the time I get to the boss. Okay, secret wall? Nope. Again, once I get the Jupiter card, finding hidden walls will be a lot easier. Oh, thank you. Let's see. As far as what I want to fight this guy with, probably Venus Salamander, because that's going to give me more of a boost than any of the whip upgrades would. Now, unfortunately, that spell does not affect sub-weapons. Extraordinary! To be dropped into the abyss and still live. But your luck is about to run out. I don't think so. I have almost 6,000 luck. You're going to have a hard time draining that. Get out of my way! Child, before I finish you, I will tell you some news. Your precious master is already in our power. What? That old man will feed us with his soul. The rite has been prepared, and we only await the full moon. No! Okay, so this guy's kind of annoying because of those little rings of his. Okay, it's semi-hard, but not too bad. Okay, a few whip strikes did him pretty good. This part's where he gets a little tricky because now he turns into a demon and uses their little swoop attacks. I think he's off-screen summoning them. There he is. Fool. Don't think the bosses are going to be easy just because I'm over-leveled at this point. They will even out very soon. I know Master is still alive. Hold on, I'll be there. Though, where's Hugh? And here we get the Tackle. Forward plus special button move makes the player charge. Some blocks can be destroyed with this move. Now, specifically what this does is if you hit R, or right bumper if you're playing on the Advanced Collection, while you're moving, you will do a shoulder tackle. What that'll do is that'll destroy cracked blocks and will also damage enemies if you do it into them. But you have the slide kick for that purpose, so there's really no reason to use it on enemies. Like, case in point. Not sure if the tackle does more damage than the kick. Let's figure it out. No, it's about the same as the kick, so yeah, there's really no reason to do the tackle into enemies. But it's mainly here for this. So now we can go to other areas that we couldn't go to before. And this actually leads us back out into the central chamber here. So where we want to go next is we actually want to hit up... let's hit up the save point since we did kill a boss. There we go. Yeah, since we did kill a boss, we'll hit up the save point, and then I want to use the warp room to head back to the entrance. want that. Thank you. Now, we will eventually find more of these, and when we do, you can't decide where you go. It kind of rotates you on a cycle. Let's see. That goes to the front entrance where the grinding spot is. I don't want to go that way. I want to go up here. Into this room. Because now that we have the shoulder tackle, we can break this block. Now, in here... Actually, there is one thing I want to do before I do that. I want to backtrack a bit. It's... along this way, yeah. So... I want to go this way. Careful. Those guys actually will try and slash you with their sword very slowly if they get close enough. But primarily their main danger is just contact damage. There is one thing I do want to check. We're almost there. Yeah, we have to go into the next room. Because there's a spot with a breakable block that, if I'm not mistaken, houses an enemy, or not a breakable block, well, yeah, a breakable block. There's something near here that houses an enemy, and I think that enemy can drop a card. So I want to check and see if that's the case. There'll be a lot more of them in an area coming up, but this is an easier way to do it. Yeah, through here. Now, if I'm not mistaken... Yes, Heat Shade, they do drop a card, so I do want to farm these guys for that. $7,400 luck. That's ridiculous. Ow. She hits hard, though. Now, what Heat Shades will do, besides contact damage, is if you leave them alone long enough, they'll throw a fireball at you. The fireball can be destroyed by brandishing, so it's not a huge deal. There we go. Actually, can I one-shot her with Venus Salamander? Or is it still going to be 2 hits regardless? It's going to be 2 hits regardless, so no point. Might as well just go with luck, try and see if I can get a little bit faster. The stylish suits are a armor that gives you strength. Basically the opposite of the robes. There it is. Ah, my good old friend Jupiter. Now, what Jupiter does is Jupiter gives you a variety of defensive effects. Jupiter plus Salamander gives you a fire shield. Those fireballs will do just as much damage as one of your whip strikes. And any of these sort of things will damage walls if the wall can be destroyed. Let's see. Probably my favorite for finding walls, though, is Jupiter Serpent, which gives you a rotating barrier of 4 ice cubes. These are better for actually defending yourself. They don't do as much damage, but you can see by how fast they move and how many there are, they're really good for protecting you from projectiles. Let's see. Jupiter... This is the big one. Jupiter Mandragora. Activate it and stand still. You notice how fast it's reducing our MP? We have a healing spell. It regenerates HP for as long as we're standing still. I believe it regenerates 1% of your HP every tick. So for every 100 HP you get another healing point. Jupiter Golem, I believe we actually have to take damage to take advantage of. I believe what this does is this increases the amount of iframes you get for like Mercy invincibility frames. Yeah, we're invincible way longer than normal. If damage invincibility duration is quadrupled, yeah. Personally, I like using Jupiter for the Ice Shield and the Healing Spell. So the Ice Shield will kind of be like my go-to ability for exploring because it just makes finding hidden walls so much easier. I remember where most of them are. It's just, you know, it doesn't help with those guys, though, unfortunately. I wasn't sure if that was a sub-weapon or not. But yeah, for exploring new areas, you really can't go wrong with the Jupiter Serpent combo. And there will be a save point coming up, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Take that. Whoa! He tried. I want to go through this door. Now I want to activate this not only to look for hidden walls, I also want it to keep these guys off of me. Ectoplasm. Much like with the Ice Whip, if the ice balls would kill an enemy, they will freeze them first. It's not as good as the Ice Whip for doing that because you can't really control it. Okay, so another new enemy that has shown up here, is the Zombie Thief. The Zombie Thief is kind of an upgrade to the Clinking Man, and they will drop luck rings if you can kill them. Luck rings will boost your luck by, I think, like 50 or something. I don't think we can do much here. There's something up top, but we can't really do much with that, and this... Yeah, we can't do anything with that yet, so we'll come back to this later. But the Zombie Thieves, if you are not playing Thief mode, are of particular interest because they drop luck rings, which is either luck plus 50 or luck plus 30. I don't remember which. Either way, really good. Yeah, that is the one downside to having the Ice Shield. If you want to farm them, this would be the best place to do it, because you can just jump up there, fall back down, run down here, kill the two, and rinse and repeat. Machine Tower. Now, this is a new area. This is the obligatory clock tower level. Prepare to face Medusa heads. Ooh, a Silk Robe. That actually might be pretty good. Let's see. Bronze armor. Silk Robe lowers my defense by 10. I really don't care about my intel that much, so... Ooh. You can destroy those, I think. Okay, no hidden walls here. That Silk Robe, however, will come in handy if I need to stop and heal for whatever reason. So, alright, we got Medusa heads up here, so I'm going to put this on, because this will kill them. You can also just stand in place and brandish, that will also do the trick. Cotton Robe. Nothing there. Okay, careful. Yeah, that's a holy water. I remember that. I've lost my cross to that thing enough. I think it's up there with that Fox Archer. Hard Ring. That raises defense, I think at the cost of strength. I think that's what that does. Let's see. Yeah, that raises defense at the cost of strength and apparently also reduces my luck? That's weird. Gauntlets aren't supposed to raise your luck. I guess that just lowers it by 10. Hold on. 275, 265. Yeah, that lowers luck. Lowers luck and strength. So, personally, I don't think it's worth it, but... Now, there should be a hidden wall right here. With another Frozen Shade, so another good place to farm them if you care. So, the nice thing is, now that we have Jupiter Mandragora, anytime we find one of these MP boosts, we can use this to full heal. Now, as you can see, we don't have a lot of mana, so we're not going to be getting a ton of health out of it, but... Still, every little bit helps. Might as well patch up the rest of the way. we go. Eventually we will get enough MP for that to actually be useful, but... for the time being, not so much. Right, now, there actually is a save point around here. Let's see. Oh no! You get back here! Okay, there's a stopwatch there if you care. Stopwatches are a mainly support-oriented sub-weapon. It freezes time and either paralyzes enemies or slows them down, depending on the enemy. Okay, there's a maximum health boost in here. I'll take that. Let's see. Yep, there's that room. There's another room down below. I think that's our save point down there. Yeah, this area is basically just one big platforming challenge. Yep, here we are. Not a bad idea, considering all the stuff we picked up. Alright. There's one little square in the middle of the room I need to pick up. I figured I would have gotten that. Definitely don't need the stopwatch. I don't know if I can actually get up there from here. No, I cannot. So I'm gonna have to go straight up. I can conserve my mana a little. I should be able to one-shot a Medusa head with a brandish. Yeah. Medusa heads do not have a lot of HP. No! Not again! Give me that. Ooh, that was close. Oh, jeez, I didn't even... I tried to dodge that, but too little too late. Yeah, thankfully, when you lose a sub-weapon like that, you can pick it back up if you see where it fell. So we definitely don't want to be losing our cross. The cross is going to be one of our main modes of offense for anything that's even remotely dangerous. Oh, jeez. Tried to get up here. There we go. There's another save point not too far from here. Let's see, that's an exit. And the flame shade here. Ow. Thankfully, it seems their fireball doesn't do as much damage as actually touching them does. Ah! Is this the room I think it is? No, it doesn't look like it. There's a room that looks very similar to this that has an item I want to get. Specifically because there's an enemy in there that drops said item. Yeah, I can't do anything from here yet. But we'll come back here later. Okay, you want to be careful of those little electric spikes. Ah, should have activated my shield first, then crouched. Ooh. Well, at least we didn't get shocked. Any hidden walls? We'll get this in a minute, because that actually goes into an area kind of like off to the side that's pretty dangerous, actually, because there's a new enemy in there. I don't think that's the secret wall. The secret wall's coming up. Nope. Platforms were desynced. I'm not about to get shot. There we go. This is the room I'm thinking of. That has the guy we're interested in. Yes, this guy. The Earth Armor. The main reason we're interested in him is he will drop a new armor piece. However, there's one of those guys in a much more easily accessible place, not too far ahead from here. So, we don't have to farm him right now. I believe the guy later on is actually next to a save point, so he's definitely not only more convenient, but also safer to farm. So let's go through here next. Okay, want to be careful because of this guy, Thunder Demon. This guy has a card we want, but Thunder Demon's out. Okay, I'm actually going to activate this, because having a projectile shield's not really going to help against you. I didn't mean to do that. That worked, though. Alright, Magic Gauntlet. Thunder Demons do drop a card. I forget what card it is they drop, but they do drop one. Secret Wall. Alright. And Fox Archer, just to get rid of him. HP Max, I'll take it. Oh, I turned that off thinking it was off and turning it on. Yeah, their attack's pretty easy to avoid, just get between the little lightning spikes. Definitely don't want that. There's another one down here, too. Oh. Okay, that reduced the damage somewhat. Ow. Still really dangerous, though. Come on, get down here so I can actually kill you. Yeah, take that. Manticore! Ooh, okay, that's the poison elemental card. Let's take a look. Ooh, we actually missed one. What did we miss? Now, you don't necessarily get these in order. That's not Thunder, what is that? That's Cockatrice, I think. But, okay, so we want Manticore next. Mercury and Manticore is a poison whip that you shoot upwards and, like, shower poison on people. The poison element really isn't that useful for you as an attacking element. Venus Manticore, I think that's a defense over time? I think that's... No, that's not the walk armor. What does that do again? Okay, it's not that one. There's a Manticore combination that removes your heart cost for weapons. Venus Manticore. Does that increase? That doesn't increase any of our stats. I forget what that does. Oh, is that the one that multiplies the number of hearts you pick up? That might be what that is. That's the stopwatch. Oh, stone armor! Oh, this guy has the Cockatrice card, I think. And yes, gain double amount of hearts. Okay, so yeah, Venus Manticore is good for gaining hearts back if you need to farm them from candles. Jupiter Manticore is probably the best in projectile defense in the game, because you just spit out clouds of poison. They do very little damage, like individually. You know what? Let me check. many whip strikes would it take to kill this guy using Venus Salamander? Cockatrice. Alright, now that's the stone elemental card. There's a difference between stone and earth. So let's see. Mercury Cockatrice gives you a Petrification Whip, which, much like the Serpent's Ice Whip, will petrify enemies that you hit with it, and petrified enemies can be used as platforms. 304. That Cockatrice Whip actually obsoletes the, yeah, that's 319. That's not bad. Provided the enemy isn't resistant to stone. Unfortunately, Venus Salamander still beats that. So let's see, I believe Venus Cockatrice is... what is that? I think that's experience per step is what that is. Yeah, gain XP from walking. And then Jupiter Cockatrice turns you into a statue, kind of like Metal Kirby. You move really slowly, you barely jump at all, and it either makes you invincible or it like heavily increases your defense. Yeah, transform into stone and become invulnerable. Now, I don't think you're actually invulnerable when using that. Let's test it on this guy. Or, you know, he could just miss. No, you're not invulnerable. What you do, however, is you take no knockback, which is basically useless, because it removes all ability you have to dodge. Okay, so I think we've gotten every card we can up to this point. So that's not too bad. Through here? I think we're back... No, we're not back in the room with the save point, but we are pretty close. I didn't mean to do that. I want to go Jupiter Serpent, because that'll help deal with projectiles like that. There we go. Don't mind if I do. There's a save point up there. I can save at that one. Got multiple cards. That was very nice. Oh yeah, and if it's not obvious from what I've been trying to do, you can only cast spells when your feet are on the ground. No mid-air casting for you. Nice as that would be. Through here, we got more slimes. Can't do anything up there. I don't think there's a hidden wall there, no. Wouldn't make sense if there was. Though, as you have no doubt noticed, this place has a lot of hidden walls. Let's see. We can't do anything in here, I don't think. Well, no, we can. There's a Stone Knight in here. Mana boost. I didn't need to heal, there was no reason. Now, while the Poison Cloud does help against projectiles, I don't think it can break walls. So, I generally prefer the Ice Shield instead. Now, there's actually a hidden ceiling in one of these rooms. I don't think we're quite to that point yet. Ow. I think that goes outside of the area, if I'm not mistaken. This goes to, like, a new zone, I think. Yeah, no hidden wall there. Already checked up top. this way, I think, goes to a new area. Yeah, that's the way out. We don't want to go this way. Once we finish this area off and we need to progress further, that's where we'll go. But for now, we need to keep going forward. Stop accidentally throwing weapons. You're wasting your hearts. He says as he accidentally throws his weapon again. Okay, now this room... Actually, keeping this on would probably be helpful. Yeah, because... Never mind, he poisoned me. Oh well. It's not like I don't have... Yeah, 45 antidotes, and I just got another one, so... Yeah, not too concerned about that. Let's see... Venus Salamander, I think, would be a good combination in here. For this guy... Okay, he dropped a gauntlet, but that's not the main thing I'm interested in from him. He can drop a new chest piece. That's what I'm interested in. Oh yeah, I can brandish a slime to death. That's not too bad. And yeah, like I said, right next to a save point, this dude's really easy to find. So, might as well go ahead and grab the armor off of him. We'll have to deal with a slime on the ceiling, but eh. Slimes are basically a non-threat. Yeah, 4 hits with a cross and he's done. See, I was doing about 30 or so. There it is. Gold armor. A 30-point defense boost, I'll take it. Let's see, that was doing 36 with Venus Salamander? Yeah, the buff, unfortunately, does not affect sub-weapons. Up we go. Actually, I did get my armor, so let's save. If I'm not mistaken, it's either this room or a room very close to here that has the breakable block in the ceiling. Ah, close. Oh, ah! Thunder Demon! Well, I guess if you wanted to farm the Manticore card, this would be the place to do it. Almost a full heal. There we go. Keeper Serpent. Now that should be, if I'm not mistaken, that should be the last little secret area, well, in the area, but it's not in a place we haven't been to yet. Don't want the knife. You die. You die. Ah, boss door. Yep, that's it. So, let's see. I want Venus Salamander for extra damage. Now, the big thing... Actually, I'm going to go with the defense boost instead. You want to be careful when he does that ground slam of his. Because you notice when he did that, not only did he pound the ground, he also causes the gears in the ceiling to fall. But with this guy, it's mostly about spacing. And he did. Hey, Hugh, what's up? Hugh, are you alright? What are you doing here? Are you trying to take my glory? What? What are you talking about? I just want to save Master. You're in the way. I'll defeat Dracula myself. And then... Hugh? He's acting weird. I'm sure that's not foreshadowing in any capacity. Don't want stopwatch, though nice to know that that's here. Kick boots. Jump against walls for extra height. Now, specifically, push forward in special move to execute. You specifically have to push against a wall and hit the special button while you're in midair to jump off of walls like that. And that doesn't count as a jump, by the way. So, like, I could do this and then jump again, or if I double jump here, see, can't jump again. So, you may want to think about jumping, then jumping against the wall, and then doing a double jump once you're, done with that. Now, we have this. This opens up some areas to us, which the way out, I don't think is one of them, but we can backtrack to quite a few places in the tower here and actually get some stuff done. So... And I don't think when we leave, it'll drop us out anywhere convenient, so... Might as well up our hearts. There we go. Okay. Couple of things in this room. Ow. Ow. We haven't been in here. What's in here? Oh! Stone Knights. Or stone armors, I guess. Stone armors and fox archers. That's literally all that's in here. Ow! Now you'll notice I turned gray there, he did stone damage, but he didn't turn me to stone. Getting petrified is classed as a stone elemental attack, but not all stone elemental attacks will petrify you. I don't think there's a hidden wall back here, but might as well look. Because you can find hidden walls in the weirdest places. Okay, so straight across and up is the way out. So we need to go back to the bottom section of the tower. 2 rooms above that bottommost save point. Would it be quicker to go this way? Not really. Up there. Yeah. quite jump that high. Nope, can't quite make that. Let me down right here, please. Thank you. Ah, yes, we can do something in this room. Oh. Careful. Oh, jeez, that hurt. Now, I think there's... I'm actually going to pop... Jupiter Manticore before going up there to stop their fireballs. Ow! That better be a health boost. It is not. However, it's a mana boost, which is just as good. Yeah, you can see this spell's expensive. 16 mana a second. It takes a few seconds to pick up, too, so... The mic's on. I was just making sure. Window. There we go. This might eat the last of my mana, because those boneheads beat me up pretty good. Yep, they beat me up enough that even then that still wasn't a full heal. Oh well, you can see we're regenerating mana pretty quickly otherwise. Okay, so the next place we need to go is we need to go back up to the second layer, and it's in that room on the left. Actually, yeah, it should be right over here. Ah, potion, thank you. Oh, these guys. Okay, yeah, I want to get Jupiter Manticore for this one. Wait for that to go away so I don't accidentally pick it up. Thank you. Alright, let's activate this. Because these guys are annoying. Skeleton Boomerang. They don't drop anything, at least not anything useful. However, their boomerangs are a pain to deal with if you don't have some kind of projectile shield. Health boost. Nice. I don't think there's any hidden walls in here, but I'll check. Nope, not there. I believe that is the last of the secrets in this area specifically, so now we can actually leave. We're right here. We might as well stop in. Don't want to lose all the progress we've made with all the secrets and stuff that we found. I wasn't expecting that to work, but hey, I'll take it. Hit to the face. Oh, wait. Oh, no! I picked up a stopwatch somewhere! I didn't even see where I picked it up from. Oh, dear. My cross is probably gone now, so that's not good. Okay. I'll have to get my cross back somehow. The only cross location I know of is back in the room with the flame armor. And that's a bit of a walk. So, yeah, I'll have to get that back. I will actually want to be using the stopwatch later, but we're talking, like, much later. Speaking of much later, remember the Golem's boss room? We'll be going back there later. Ow. Not here. We don't want to go that way. It's further up. Through here. Okay, I want to put my defense back on, because we do have some rough enemies up here. Pun somewhat intended. Ow. Yeah, 23 damage. That defense boost is going to help out a lot. Now, this area, actually, up here would not be a bad place to farm for items. Because not only do the hyenas drop potions, ow, the werewolves can drop meat, if you can kill them. See, if I had a cross, this guy wouldn't be as big of an issue. Oh, nice. Level 29. Very nice. But yeah, the werewolves can drop meat, which is pretty useful. It's basically a better potion. As you can see, yeah, there it is. Meat. The stopwatch is very expensive, 10 hearts, but you can see the effect is pretty useful. And this is actually one of the longer-lasting stopwatches in the series. Most last about 5 seconds or so. Oh, and by the way, our friends the gremlins have been upgraded. They are now gargoyles. Now that we have made it this far, all gremlins have been replaced with gargoyles. This room is of particular interest because I think up at the top there is one of the sub-weapon repositories where you can find every sub-weapon in the game there to pick and choose from. But we can't use that right now. Okay, so now we're back down here. With the wall jump, we can actually go back to quite a few areas, but I think where we need to go is more towards where the hub is. And we're fairly close to the entrance, so I'll tell you what, let's go get our cross back. And then we can teleport to get the, we're actually in a pretty decent position. That's not the way. That's the way to the clock tower. We just finished there. Let's go this way, then. I did not mean to activate that. That was a waste of hearts, but whatever. Okay, now this just slows the guy down. Because he's powerful enough to be considered a mini-boss. Alright, give him my cross back. Like I said, I'll be wanting a stopwatch later, but not right now. I'll take that. Potions would be very useful. Now, because we have access to Jupiter Mandragora, I will actually probably be using my mind-ups for healing purposes if I absolutely need to. Because I can just use that. I want to save any HP consumables for a very specific late-game area. Those of you who have played the game know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Yeah, we're slowly getting our hearts built back up. Nice try, Bone Man. Alright, that should be all of our hearts stocked. Keep that equipped for the time being. Now, the area we're going to be going to next has a lot of goodies. Alright, so from here, I want to head down, warp to the little hub, and then there's a few places we can go from the hub, actually. Actually, instead of warping, I think there's a shortcut we can take. If we go this way. Wait, no. We need to go the other way. Down and around. Up here. And through this door. Yeah, if we go down and across through this door, this is the, or one of, the sub-weapon repository rooms. As we bust through here, these candles have a knife, there's an axe, and I think a holy water in here too. Yeah. Oh no, no axe, but you can find a knife and holy water there if you care. I don't, personally. We are good on parts for now, so I don't need to break any more candles. I'll probably still break them out of habit, but, you know, that's habit. Okay, and then we can go up to reach the warp room. Which, actually... Nope. I'm gonna save over here. This looks like a good spot to save. And like I said, we're not gonna be grinding for a while, so I can make some pretty decent progress today. I don't want to go straight across. I want to go... Actually, no, I do want to go straight across. I want to go this way. Because over this way was that area with the flea men that I said come back here later for. Because now that we've got the wall jump, I think we can get another card. If memory serves, we can get one over here. Yeah, this room. I think we can get another card in here. Freaking flea men. Because, yeah, we can go up here now. And I think through here... Yes, it's this room. Skeleton Athlete. I think you get the wind elemental card from these guys. And we can one-shot them, so... Now, there's just a ton of these guys in here. You want to walk really careful, because they'll... Griffin, that's it. And he just died and ran into me, thanks. So, Griffin is the wind elemental card. Mercury Griffin. Now, Mercury Griffin, you do like a 100-hand crack whip or whatever. Now, Griffin also changes your brandish. You don't brandish if you use Mercury Griffin. Instead, you just continually do this. Let's see. Venus Griffin, I forget what does. Let's see. Ah, this is the useless one. This is the increases your int. Yeah, this one increases your int, but you really can't do anything with int. So, this one's kind of stupid because it increases your int by 25%. What that's supposed to do I guess, at the point in the development when they thought of it, was to increase your magic damage, except it doesn't do that. It determines your MP regeneration rate. And it doesn't... when you use that, it actually takes the... it's supposed to have a use of 4, I think. But... yeah, it's increasing my int, but basically that combo is useless. I'm pretty sure that increases int anyway. Let's look at the encyclopedia. Because you can't really trigger that, if that makes sense. That might just be doing something else completely. But DSS... let's see, that's going to be Venus, Griffin. Yeah, intelligence increases by 25%. I guess if we were missing mana, that would help. Yeah, I guess that helps you regenerate mana, but the thing is, you'll notice my mana is actually regenerating slower with this thing active. Because it actually does take the game factors the mana cost of the spell into account when activating its effect, so it's useless at what it's supposed to do. Now, Jupiter Griffin is actually pretty fun. Jupiter Griffin gives you a sonic shield in front of you whenever you dash, so you can just insta-kill really weak enemies, break torches, and all that stuff. Just get them out of your way. Fun to use, but not really practical. Now, where to go from here? If I'm not mistaken, we need to go up in this room. Because now that we have... but yeah, watch. Boom, 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 boom! Just kill all y'all! But yeah, now that we have the wall jump, I think we can actually make progress in here. Ah, that looks like a piece of the background when it's not. Yeah, I think up here is where we need to go. Heart boost, or is that all that's up here? Oh, this isn't progress. Do we go down then? We might need to go down. Because there's only so many places we can go currently. I do believe we, in fact, need to go down. Yeah, we need to head to that one room that had a whole bunch of, like, gremlins and stuff in it. So, yeah, we can just blitz our way through. Okay, almost everything. Not everything. But lighter stuff we can just get out of our way. Yeah, we go this way. Now, that little shield does cover our head, so it would stop slimes from hitting us if they fell on us or something. Let's see. Yeah, we want to go across and then more or less drop down. So we'll stop at the save point while we're here. And just run over that electric skeleton. That's what you get for murdering me in a past life. Or would that be considered an alternate timeline? I don't know. Yeah, take that. Should be down here. Yeah, this room. Because now we can go up here. Oh no you don't. The Eternal Corridor. Now this is where the game starts getting a little bit dangerous with a lot of really nasty enemies. Like this guy right in front of us, a Cataplepus. This introduces the Petrify status effect. Do not get hit by that mist. I need y'all to get off. Yeah, watch out for... Oh, these aren't Cataplepi. These are Gorgons. Watch out for Gorgons, because Gorgons can petrify you. Petrify is particularly nasty in this game, because if you take any damage at all while you're petrified, the damage you take gets tripled, which, with our very low HP, can probably one-shot us. Now, there's another particularly nasty enemy in here that I'm going to want to activate Venus Serpent for when I see it. Should be... There it is. Okay, Flame Demon. I want Venus Serpent, because this guy's ability is really hard to dodge. Ow. Unfortunately, he drops an item that I want. Ow. I think he drops some armor or something that I'm interested in, so yeah, fighting him is going to be a pain. However, before fighting him, you'll notice I'm using a lot of crosses in here, because a lot of the enemies in here are just that dangerous. Alright, next enemy is this guy. I actually don't want to use a cross on this guy, because the Beast Demon's really not a threat as long as you can get right up in his face. Ow. Because the Beast Demon will only ever shoot projectiles. So as long as you get in his face, the projectile will go right over your head, and he won't be able to hit you. Now, the Beast Demon actually drops an item that I want. Particularly, he drops an accessory. Not that one. He drops two accessories. He drops the Arm Guard, and he has a... Oh, I think there's another Beast Demon in here. I might need to heal. I think there's another Beast Demon. Or not Beast Demon. Yep, there's a Flame Demon. I'm getting out of here before he murders me. And I'm going to heal in this room. I seem to recall werebears being able to drop meat, but I don't remember exactly. Okay. I'm not going to farm the Beast Demon yet. I'm going to heal in here. Get my MP regen at least a little bit. Now, thankfully, the MP restoratives restore MP based on a percentage, so once this thing gets close to running out, we can just pop another one. Yeah, I definitely want to be at full health for fighting a Flame Demon. There are other things I could do if I had the cards for them to make those guys less of a threat, but for the time being, this is just how we're going to have to do it. We got all these consumables, we might as well use them. Let's see, Mind Restore. Yeah, we've got so many of these things. Like, literally no reason not to use them. There we go. Okay. Doing pretty good. While we're fighting these hands, Intelligence Ring. That increases int by 100 and I think lowers either your defense or your strength. Not particularly useful. Okay, I want to activate this now. Ow. I'd rather get hit by him, ow, by touching him than getting hit by one of his fireballs. Okay, potion. He does drop armor, I think. I'm gonna double check that, because I know he drops something. Encyclopedia. Now, the problem with the encyclopedia is that the enemy encyclopedia doesn't put them in the order that you encounter them in. So, let's see. I seem to recall flame demons having something of interest. Let's see. Am I thinking of them or one of their cousins? Let's see. Flame armor? Where's the flame demon? Where's the flame demon? I'm getting pretty far down. Where is he? That's bosses, so I missed him somewhere. Let's see. Wind armor, poison armor, flame armor. There's the flame armor. Where's the flame demon? Earth armor, frozen shade, fox archer, stone armor. There's the heat shade. Where's the flame demon? Let's see. Bonehead. Yeah, we're back at the start. Where the hell's the flame demon? I know he's in here. Let's see. Heat shade. That's the fox archer. Frozen shade. Beast demon, earth demon, flame armor, thunder demon, thunder armor, poison armor, flame demon. Here he is. Yeah, he drops chainmail, which is a upgrade to our body armor. So I do want to farm that off of him at least once. He's dead, so I do want to get an upgrade to my armor. Now this room right here, this is a room that's really good to farm in. I want to get Venus Salamander going. Dodge that. If you know what you're doing, Cursed Ring, awesome. Yeah, if you know what you're doing, this room's actually a really decent room to farm Beast Demons. Because the Beast Demon drops the Cursed Ring. The Cursed Ring is an accessory that I want to get two of, because it gives 30 to both Strength and Defense at the cost of, let's see, it looks like 100 luck, which, considering we have over 6,000 luck, losing 200 luck is not going to hurt us in the long run. So, once I get two of those, I'm going to be wearing those more or less full-time. Oh, would you look at that. Okay. Cursed Ring. Let's put both of those on. Really good bonuses. Gorgons also drop meat, if you're looking to farm that off of them. Alright, so here we need to be careful, because we start encountering flame armors as a regular enemy. Oh, no, not in this area. Further in. However, there is more hearts. And you can see even with the minus 200 luck, I'm still getting a ton of drops. And a heart boost. Nice. I think there's a hidden wall around here, but I'll check. Aha! Ah, Gorgon. Okay, we definitely don't want to be getting hit by that. Well, if you want to farm meat, I guess this is a good room to do it, because Gorgons will drop meat. And the HP max. I will gladly take that. Ooh, those are heart highs, too. Very nice. Ah, okay, we can't do anything in here. That is an exit. Gladly take those. Again, hearts are not going to be really much of an issue, because we've got so many heart EXs. What's through here? Ah, warp room! You know what? Let's head back to the hub. Now, I think this will take us to the entrance first. Yeah, it'll cycle the entrance, the hub, and then to that one over there. So this is a good place to save, because I did get the 2 cursed rings really quickly, and I can start farming the chainmail. So let's go see if we can get us a chainmail. I didn't mean to do that. And that should take us back here. Yep, okay. Right, let's head topside then, and see what we can do about Mr. Flame Demon. Ooh, neat. Nice. As long as we stay up on these platforms, the Gorgons won't be able to hit us with their breath, because that's pretty much the only attack they have. Underneath this guy. Okay. We'll go with Venus Serpent, because that Flame Demon's gonna hit really hard. I suppose the Intelligence Rings could be useful for, oh, here he is. Now, which one's he gonna do? He's gonna do that one. If you can get a good angle on him when he casts that, it's pretty easy to dodge that one. You just have to get the angle right. Ooh! Chainmail, first real kill. Nice. Alright, Chainmail. Look at that defense boost. Now, if I actually turn my buff off, let's see. How much did that increase it by? I went to the cards by mistake. Let's see, I was wearing gold armor, so that's a 20-point defense boost? Not bad. And the fact that we got the rings from the, Beast Demons without having to farm them too much is a real boon. You can also farm hearts in here if you feel it necessary. And now we're in the next area, the Chapel Tower. This is where you can start running into flame armors as a regular enemy. Let's see, he dropped a Heart EX. I think I haven't used any of those, yeah. Might as well use it. Pick up the one he dropped. Okay, there's a bunch of dudes down here. Yeah, if you want to farm hearts, that's a good place to do it. I don't think I can do anything in here yet. No, that's a bit too high of a jump, I think. Yeah, that's too high of a jump. Actually, hang on. Can I do it like this, maybe? No, that's still too high. We'll come back to this later. I won't say no to you refilling my hearts. Okay, I want to go up here, and I immediately want to change my DSS combination to Jupiter Salamander. I want the fireballs, because of these guys, the curse, or the bloody swords, not cursed swords. Okay, so the bloody swords drop a card, and bloody swords are really annoying. There's a bunch of them in here, so I'm not going to go out of my way to farm them too much, but basically they charge, and that's all they do. They like flying at weird angles, and they're kind of hard to hit with just the whip. So, go to save point. So, using Jupiter Salamander makes dealing with them at least a little bit less of a nuisance, because you can hit them at odd angles, like the kind they like to fly around at. And you can two-shot them, as you can see. Ow. Now, they drop arm guards, which isn't too, noteworthy. Now, you want to be careful, because the second you get them on screen... Mars. Now, that's a new one. That's like a new action card, I think. I forget what Mars does. I think Mars is the projectile attack. So, for this one, I think this one's one of the special combination moves. Where... Or is this one the sword? Okay, this one's the sword. Never mind, I was thinking of a later card. So, Mars is basically an updated version of Mercury. So, let's see. That does 343, whereas Mars puts that up to 359. Now, how does that do compared to this? Still worse. Gotta love percentages. But anyway, so Mars turns your whip into a sword. Now, the problem with Mars is that you can't brandish because you don't have a whip anymore. And as you can see, I now have a really big fire blade. Let's see. Mars Serpent gives you a really quick ice sword. Works like the ice whip, it'll freeze things. Mars Mandragora gives you a rose sword. Swings a little slower, but the petals that fly off of it increase your hitbox a little. Mars Golem, I think, turns your sword into a hammer. Yeah. Now, that works a lot like you would think, where only the head of the hammer actually does damage. If you hit them with the pole, or the handle, you won't actually do any damage. So spacing is paramount when you're using Mars Golem. It doesn't even increase your strength at all. Oh, causes earthquakes. Does that do something if it hits the ground? Yeah, it does. Look at that. Mars Cockatrice gives you a stone sword. Oh no, you get Tonfa, I think is what these are. You can petrify enemies with that. And then Manticore gives you... Ah, these are claws, I think. Yeah, poison claws. Gives you some pretty decent range. Let's see. Mars Griffin, I think... gives you like a... Oh yeah, this is the charge slash. You hold it for a long period of time, you do more damage, and I think you increase the range, too, the longer you hold it. Yeah. I don't use Mars, like, at all. I much prefer using Venus and Jupiter. Might as well. Especially if they're just going to keep giving them to me. Now, there is a hidden wall in here somewhere. Oh, watch out. Multiple. Ow. Yeah, they fly around. They're really annoying. Can I not get back up this way? Oh, I might be able to. Hang on. Aha! Pretty sure you're not supposed to be able to do that, but I did it anyway. There's another enemy that lives around here. Ow! That can be pretty annoying. My hearts are... Yeah, I'm not even going to worry about it if my hearts are not even that low. Secret wall? Yep, here we are. Oh, it's just a hyena. Ooh. Night suit. I think that increases strength. Night suit. Lowers my defense by 40. Ooh, that raises int too? That's actually pretty nice, but I want to keep my chainmail. Now... let's go ahead and use Jupiter Mandragora to patch ourselves up while we're in here. Didn't take as much of a beating as we did from that Thunder Demon, but we still got hurt pretty bad. There we go. Let's see, Jupiter Salamander, because those cursed swords or bloody swords will come back. Yep, here they are. Get rid of him. Ah, brain floats. Okay. Let's see. I actually want Mars Serpent for this. Yeah, see, the ice sword's so weak it can't even one-shot these ghouls. Ow. Do you mind? How rude. Right, next up. There's a mana boost up top there. Now, I want to be careful when dealing with beast demons, because you can't destroy their projectiles. Wasn't sure if that was going to be a sub-weapon or not. Let's see, that's an MP boost? We might as well top ourselves off while we're here. I apologize if me constantly swapping my cards around gets annoying, but it is kind of a core thing with the game, so I'm going to be taking full advantage of the magic system. Up we go. Ah, more bloody swords. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not going to be using that anyway, so... Should be another hidden wall in this room. Another bloody sword. Okay, so now we have another new enemy. These are marionettes. These are known as... I forget what they're called in Symphony of the Night, but they're not called marionettes. These enemies curse you. This is another good reason to use the Jupiter Salamander card. Because what curse does is it makes it so you can't attack. Can't use sub-weapons either. However, you can still cast spells. So, having Jupiter Salamander will at least allow you to deal damage with your shield while you're cursed. Thankfully, very few enemies in the game curse you. I think it's marionettes, and I think one other enemy can curse you. Curse is thankfully not that common. Let's see. We'll go ahead and heal up since this is a mana room. Ooh, multiple uncurses. Nice. I'll take those cure curses, because those will make them a lot less annoying. Save point. Very nice. Okay, we're about halfway through today's stream. Another bloody sword. Take that. Okay, we can't do anything in that room. I have to say, I know you're over here. Freaking bloody sword. Alright. So now we're starting to get to, like, the really high areas of the chapel. And I believe this is where you're actually supposed to encounter these guys. Ah! Oh. Inched a little too far. There's going to be some more nasties coming up, namely these guys. They like teaming up with beast demons. These are were-leopards, I think? Were-panthers. Close enough. Thankfully, you can juke them pretty well just by jumping straight up. Oh, nice. Thunderbird. Thunderbird is one of the nicer cards in the game. That is the Thunder Elemental card. So let's see. Mercury and Thunderbird actually does not give you a Thunder Whip. I mean, it does, but it, much like the Wind card, Griffin, it changes your brandish. You can see, now we just kind of hold it out, and it stays there. So let's see. Venus Thunderbird. I think this is the strength boost based on map discovery, which also drains your mana like nobody's business. Yeah. Jupiter Thunderbird, I think increases your knockback, is what that does. Like, you take half damage, but your knockback gets doubled. Yeah, you take half damage, but your knockback gets increased. And then Mars Thunderbird, I think, gives you... Oh, yeah. You JoJo stuff. You go martial arts on people. Really short range, though, as you can see. Yeah, don't really like using it. Come on, controller, work with me, please. Ah! Dodge that. No secret wall here. Nope. Oh, that didn't kill it. Ah, but it did. Oh, it killed somebody else. Anyone else? No, we're good. Now, there should be a save point coming up. And another Thunder Demon. Yeah, that's right, you die. Let's see. Oh, more bloody swords. Ow. I don't think platforming with these things is necessary. Yeah, because you can, well, kind of necessary, but... Oh, thank goodness, an MP boost. Okay, healing up here is going to be a little tricky because we'll have those guys shooting at us, but... If I see a projectile coming, I can always move. Kind of like that. Alright, small patch job, but it'll do. Are they going to continue shooting at us now that we're down here? doesn't look like it, so... Sure, I'll risk it. Why not? That was worth it. I managed to catch him. You don't want to fall, because that'll drop you right down next to the other Thunder Demon that lives down there. Alright. I think we just mainly have... Yeah, we have old enemies in here. Skeleton bombers and such. I think there's some flame armors in here too, but shouldn't be a huge deal. Oh yeah, and the heat shades. Ah, hello, secret wall. That could have been bad. HP max, let's go. Yeah, I was literally staring death in the face. Had he petrified me, I probably would have been killed. Now, these guys here, these particular boneheads are fun. Because you can brandish them to death. Yeah, take that. Oh, geez. I forgot these ones were teamed up in a little group like that. Ah, these are the guys you can be silly about brandishing with. And these guys don't team up. Him to spit his little fireball. Just in case there's more bloody swords in here. I knew it! Freaking bloody swords. Now, is this the room I think it is? It is. So you want to remember this room for later. Specifically, there's that little hole in the wall right there. Oh, we got marionettes. Level up. I'll take it. A mind high. I forget how much of a boost that gives. Ah, I'm cursed. Oh well, I got my fireballs to protect me, so not a huge deal. I don't think we can do anything up here. Ah, a heart boost. I'll take that. I didn't mean to jump into her, I just wanted to jump next to her. And, of course, more freaking bloody swords. Die. Okay, almost done with this little stretch. Alright, so I want to point this area out down here. We can't do anything with it, but remember it for later. Much later. We will be coming back to that. Another Cure Curse, not bad. Okay, now we've got more Were-Panthers. I think we have Grizzlies up here now. Yeah, Grizzlies and Hyenas instead of Beast Demons. There's a hidden wall right there. Thank you for the HP max. There should be a save point in this room. Look how far we've come since we had a save point last. Ugh. Oh, very nice. I think we've collected every card we can up to this point so far. Let's see. So, yeah, we've collected almost every elemental card, and I think we're mainly just getting action cards from here on. And as far as those go, the last two elemental cards we're not going to be getting until more or less the very end of the game. So, yeah, we're doing pretty good for ourselves here. Thankfully, I don't think there's any enemies in this upper area. Ah, yes. This guy. Let's see. I want to go... I definitely want Venus Serpent, because the guy coming up can hit actually pretty hard. So, yeah, we'll go with that. Oh, geez, Hugh! Hugh, you okay? You! Back off! This is my trophy to claim. Ugh! Dude, you can barely stand. Hugh! Say hello to Andralamek, or whatever the hell his name is supposed to be. Watch out for those bubbles of his, they will poison you. This guy's nasty because he throws projectiles basically everywhere. Okay, thankfully he didn't poison me that time, but yeah, he'd be doing a lot more damage if I didn't have Venus Serpent going. But basically, you just want to position yourself like so and throw a cross at his head. But it really is just a matter of like memorizing what his attacks are and getting out of the way when he uses them. Ow. Yeah, getting hit by the bubbles is preferable to getting hit by the fire. I did not mean to do that, but that ended up working out. Oh, I'm trying to do a slide there, ended up jumping into them. Okay, we got him. Woo! Yeah, he probably would have had our number if I didn't have that defense buff going. Oof. So we don't actually get an artifact back here, but we do get that switch, which destroys that Iron Maiden. Where have we seen one of those before? Okay, time for a much-needed patch-up after that. Ouch. I think after killing a guy like that, we deserve a heal. Might as well heal up the rest of the way. Okay, so Andralamek was interesting and actually pretty fun, but overall still not that bad of a challenge. The bosses from here on are going to start getting a lot less nice. Damn! Who asked you for help? I couldn't just leave you, could I? Don't think that you defeated it. I mean, I did. It was the power of that whip. I didn't whip him at all. It was the crosses I threw at him. You. You could never beat me in training. Never once. But father named you the successor and gave you the hunter whip. Your parents and my father banished Dracula together, and those fond memories clouded his judgment. Don't forget that. Somebody's jealous. Alright, we just beat a boss, so I think that's a good reason enough as any to save. Whew. That's better. Okay, so our next stop is we need to go all the way down to that warp point and warp back to the hub. Actually, would the hub be the right way to go? Or do we want to go back to the entrance? The entrance... Actually, no, we don't have to go to the entrance. There's an area at the base of this little chapel tower that we can go to get to the same place. So, yeah, we just have to work our way back down. Now, I also did notice there's a bit of space in the boss room that I forgot to cover. So let's go take a look at those real quick. If I even can cover these. I don't think I can. No, I can. Okay. Perfect. I have no reason to come back up here unless there's some hidden walls or something that I missed. Okay, so we should be good to just leave. Okay, these guys probably only have like 80 hit points or so. If a fireball and then a brandish is enough to kill them. Okay, yeah, we just need to head all the way back down. Now that we've killed Andromelech, or whatever his name is, the enemies in here are going to get a lot more dangerous. To the point that I actually want to, unless there's a bloody sword in the room, I actually want to swap to Venus Serpent. Specifically for that guy up there. Thunder armor. These guys are probably one of the more annoying armor types. They're the first really annoying one that you can encounter, and wow, okay, I got the drop I wanted from him first thing. Steel armor. We no longer need chainmail, a 20-point defense boost. Very nice. But yeah, there's like a ton of these guys just everywhere now, so if I see one, I'm buffing up, and I'm gonna have to cross it to kill it. Yeah, what they do is they throw these electrified orbs that home in on you. They eventually leave you alone, but they are very, very annoying. Especially when you're in tight spaces that are hard to dodge in. And of course, his sword itself still has a hitbox, so... Gold armor, if you cared. If you want to farm the steel plate, that one up there is probably the best one to do it with. We can just drop down. Hey, idiots! Missed me? They definitely missed me. Neither of them managed to hit me despite having the 2-to-1 advantage. And I think there's bloody swords in here. Yep, bloody sword. Ugh, save point. I can heal in here. Whew. Getting new armor? Definitely worth it, I say. Ooh, have we really been streaming for only 2 hours? It doesn't feel like it. Let me check my timer and make sure there hasn't been like a fluke or something. No, we really haven't. Or we really have. There's been no fluke. So yeah, let's keep moving. We might actually get to the next boss at this rate. Okay, there's still marionettes in here to worry about. Bloody sword! Oh, take that! Shouldn't matter which way we go, just straight down and out of here should be good. That's a lot of bloody swords. So, yeah, the save room over here. Now, I believe the flame armors down below have also been replaced with thunder armors. Except for the one in the heart room, where you can farm, like, the boneheads and stuff. I think that one's still there, but all the other ones have been replaced. Yep. At least I didn't have backup. And you can't destroy these projectiles by brandishing, unfortunately, so the only choice really is to dodge them. I appreciate you donating me that steel plate. Let's see, we need to go across and then down inside the beast demon room. Yeah. He was gonna hit me with that stone cloud there if I didn't move. Meat. We want to go down here. Hidden wall. Now, we need to be careful because there's a bunch of bone towers and the like in here. Yep. Outpost. There we go. Now if we go this way, the Iron Maidens in this little green area are gone. Underground gallery. We're kind of like basically in a sewer area. Okay, to start, I want to use Jupiter Manticore because these imps are annoying. They like throwing rocks at you. You can brandish to destroy them, but it's just easier to use Jupiter Manticore. Because at that point, they basically can't touch you. Ooh, that dropped a big meat. Spiced meat. That's one of the better healing items in the game, actually. How much is that? 100 HP. Yeah, meat recovers 50, so that's really good. Potion highs, I think, recover either 70, maybe 120? I don't know. I know elixirs fully restore your HP, but those are so rare. There's also a ton of hidden rooms in here. Okay, can't do anything with that. Now, I saw the telltale sign of a brain float. I want Jupiter Serpent for this one. Because there's a bunch of zombies down here that are going to try and impede our progress. There we go. Yeah, you have to slide in there. Heart smacks increase. I don't think there's any like items or anything up there. What's over here? Can't do anything in that room yet. Whites. I don't know what whites drop that makes them special. Ooh. Silk robe, okay. Ah, they drop mind highs, that's what they drop. Okay. So if I'm looking for mana potions, I guess this would be the place to do it. I am curious about the brain floats that are up there to see if they act as a platform for something. I might need to get this thing going to test that and see if there's actually anything up there. No, from the looks of it, there isn't anything up there. They're just there to get in your way. Oh, there's another one. Harpies! Okay, it tried to ram into me there, but they do have a projectile attack. Star Bracelet. Now, I think that... Power depends on which arm it's on. So you put it on the right arm, it raises your int and your luck, which I really don't care about. However, let's see. If I put it on the left arm, it still gives me less strength and defense than I get from the cursed ring. So, no reason for me to wear it at all. Yeah, let's see. There's imps in here. Yeah, your projectiles mean nothing to me, Bird Lady. Now, there are some things in there that I want to come back for, but we can't get them right now anyway, so... Spectre. These guys are just infinitely spawning annoyances. Ah, save point. Perfect. Well, we still got about an hour, so let's keep moving. I think, like most ghosts, they can drop, like, MP items, but I'm not too concerned about that. Anything down here? Yeah, as long as I've got Jupiter Serpent, they more or less can't touch me. Okay. Death Mantis. I forget what card this guy drops because I never get it from him. Whatever it is, I always have it before I get here. King Moths can poison you with that little powder of theirs, so be careful of that. And Death Mantises really aren't a threat. They're more of a nuisance than anything. I will brandish you to death, you bug. Yeah, we can actually stand right here and brandish this guy to death. And there's literally nothing he can do about it. He'll just kind of do his little mantis dance back and forth right into my little whip circle, and it will eventually kill him. Ooh, a hard EX. Very nice. I didn't know King Moss dropped those. Oof. Oh, you actually can hit hard. How about that? What's in here? A dead harpy, that's what's in here. He's getting a bit close. Another hard ring. Level up! Nice! Ah! Another Thunder Armor, guarding a MP up, looks like. Well, this is another good place to farm the Steel Armor, if you really care. But this gives me a place to heal, so I'm cool with it. Not bad. Alright, let's take this back up. I guess this is technically a faster way to kill him. I also just noticed our int is probably high enough that we can offset the cost of the spell. Let me see. 4... Yeah, we have exactly enough intelligence to offset the cost of our cheaper spells now, so that's pretty cool. Let's get you back on. Let's see. There's a room up there I couldn't do anything with. Couldn't do anything with that. Let's go this way. I think this way doesn't lead to progress. Okay, you want to be really careful with that idiot up there. That's a killer bee. If he touches you, he will poison you, and that's more or less his entire purpose for existing, is to be a nuisance and poison you. So, my suggested way of dealing with them is Jupiter Serpent. Okay, now this is the Man-Eater, otherwise known as the man-eating plant. Stone Rose, I think, is another name for them. They can drop a card, so I do want to kill them. They are more often than not accompanied by those stupid killer bees. I forget what card they drop. Diana, I think. Ah, this is a new enemy. Poison Armor. Now, this guy actually has something I want. I want to farm something off of this guy. Now, he's, kind of annoying. Oh, and he dropped it first thing, the Rainbow Robe. Okay. This is the first instance of a robe actually being better than armor. Let's see, Rainbow Robe. Yeah, oh, I had it for a second. Look at those stats. 20 extra defense, 250 intelligence, and a luck boost on top of it. The luck boost is basically a formality at this point, but I'll take the defense and the int. Very nice. It usually takes me a lot longer to get one of those. Heck yeah. Stupid bee. I hate those things. Now, there's an area coming up where we can farm the Man-Eaters a little bit easier than this, so... Now, when they do this sort of like rapid-fire seed spit attack, brandish. Do not attempt to let your DSS cards guard that for you. There is enough gaps in the DSS cards. Oh, nice. It was Diana, I was right. There's enough gaps in like the Poison Cloud and the Ice Shield for his projectiles to go through when they're going full auto like that, so brandishing is your best friend. Okay. Oh, nope, I don't want the knife. Okay, so Diana, I want to say, is the projectile card. This is the first spell combos that require a special input, I do believe. Let's see if that's correct. I was right. Oh, wait, no. Okay, no. This one, I think, is whip projectiles. That's what this is. So, as you can see, Diana Salamander, when you whip, you shoot a fireball. Let's see. This, I believe, shoots 3 ice shards. Yep, short range, but you can shoot 3 of them. Let's see. Mandragora, I don't remember what Mandragora does. Ah, it's like ice. Oh, man, that's expensive. Look how much mana that used. 96. That must be really powerful. Now, Golem... Ah, yes, you can shoot the little earthquake thing that the earth armor does with that one. Cockatrice... I think you throw a rock. Yeah, you throw a few pebbles. I think those can petrify enemies. I might be wrong. Might just be damage. Manticore is... yeah, you shoot that diagonally upwards and it throws like a mini axe. Griffin... yeah, Griffin uses a lot of MP, but you shoot that massive, just, wind wave. Now, is Diana Thunderbird what I think it is? Because this one doesn't actually shoot a projectile. No, this one gives you the electrified brandish. This one's actually really useful if you want to cherry tap stuff to death. So, I can definitely see its uses. There's a few circumstances where I find this ability in particular to be pretty useful. So, yeah, we'll keep in mind Diana and Thunderbird. But, maybe it's Artemis that gives the projectiles? That would make sense. Okay. Jupiter Serpent. Get rid of these guys. Jerk. Oh, that works out, I guess. There's so many of them. Let's go this way. And there's more. More of the freaking bees. I hate these things. Okay, I could definitely do with some hearts, so... let's see... you've got so many freaking hearts, man. You've got so many freaking hearts. I'll see what I can pick up along the way. I believe this room has a bunch of enemies down here at the bottom, along with a secret wall, if I'm not mistaken. Myconids! I think these are like the infinitely respawning drops potion type enemy. Now, they don't do poison damage, I don't think. But they do have that spore cloud that discourages you from getting too close. I'm gonna do... Venus Manticore. Because I think getting more hearts would definitely be advantageous. Heart max increase? I'll take it. And we can use items to up that if need be. I think this is just a bunch of poison armors up here. Yeah. Ow. Now, thankfully, the poison armor, when they initially shoot that little projectile at you, it has to go a set distance before it can actually form into the cloud. So we can go, like, stand here, for example, you see it flew right through us before it coalesced into the actual cloud. And, of course, they drop antidotes, as is befitting any venomous enemy. I want to go this way. I don't think we can do anything in here yet. We might be able to, but there's a secret room in here that I want to get. And yeah, these are the drops potions and spawns infinitely enemy. Oh, it might be up there. I might need to cross over the collapsing bridge to get to it. I just remember there being a secret room in here. Okay, we gotta run. Quick, 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 quick. Not quite. Whoa! That was close. Got it. Here it is. Oh, we got another one of these, yeah. Gotta act real quick to get this one. Okay, Myconids are really good for getting potions and mind boosts, apparently. So I guess if you wanted to farm Myconids, this would be the place. And an MP boost. Okay, I think if we go a little further... I think there's a secret room in there, too. Hang on. No, because that is a secret room. A bit further up. Or maybe this is the one I'm thinking of. I don't know. I just remember there's one particularly dastardly secret room around here somewhere. And that was on me for jumping into the poison like an idiot. Ah, yeah, we can't go out this way. So, this is as far as we can go for now. Yeah, I guess that is what I was thinking of. Might as well just eat the poison while I'm fighting these guys. Wait, is my defense spell actually reducing the poison? I think it does a percentage. Hang on. 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3. Okay, no, it's not. It's trying to, but it's not. So that's interesting. I didn't know it could do that. That's like, there's a glitch in some versions of Final Fantasy, somewhat apropos because of what the First Stooges and I are doing, where the game treats damage taken from poison at the end of your turn as, like, regular damage from an attack, and if your character has a shield equipped, they can block that with their shield somehow, so that just kind of brought that to me. Alright, so, I don't think there's any secrets in here, but there's definitely the way to the boss. And a save point, which I do want to take advantage of. Ugh. Alright. Since I've got so many of these heart EXs, let's go ahead and pop some of these. There we go. That should take care of our heart needs. Okay, if you're looking to farm hearts in here, this is probably the room to do it. Let's see, get Venus Manticore going. I'm pretty sure both of these... Oh, well, if you have an axe, you can get both of these, but yeah, large heart right next to a room transition, you can max out your hearts pretty easy. Now, I do want to have... Let's see, I'm going to need Venus Serpent, no doubt about it, because boss coming up is mean. Let's see. Yeah, I'm wearing the best stuff I possibly can at the moment. 400 MP, 380 HP. I hope I can do this. Say hello to the zombie dragons. If there's any boss in this game that'll make players shout, "You bastard," it's these. So, you want to be careful. Their bodies are in the background, their head and necks are not. So you want to pay attention to where their necks are moving. And they can move their heads through the floor, so you want to be careful of that. And not slide into them like an idiot. unfortunately, they're also really tricky to hit. The axe is particularly good here if you don't have a cross to throw. You can see they're already beating me up pretty good. I may need to use some healing items here. Thankfully, doing this kind of confuses them. So they don't, like, really... Ow. They don't really know where to go. Okay, so from here, I actually want to run and go up next to the boss door. More or less, they have a really hard time hitting you up here. And I want to use Jupiter Mandragora to kind of heal my wounds a little bit. Sometimes the head on the left can shoot fireballs, and those can hit you up here, but you're so far away from him that their trajectories will usually miss. I do not want to take any risks with these idiots. Yeah, you can also tell that we're kind of being serious about the boss fights here now, because the boss fight music has changed. If I'm not mistaken, this is the music of Dracula's final form from from Castlevania 3, which a lot of people consider to be the hardest game in the series, with good reason. I want to make sure I have full health before going back down there, because I don't know what kind of surprises they have waiting for me. That one got a little close. Oh, they're throwing a bunch. He's going for a bite. Or he was. Come on. Go this way. Now, this is kind of a Ornstein and Smo situation, if you're familiar with Dark Souls. Both of these guys have their own independent HP, and the guy who is surviving after you kill one will have some sort of defensive buff applied to them. In this case, instead of powering up and getting more dangerous, they instead recover a lot of HP, about 300 or so. So I want to focus on the head on the right, because once you kill one of them, this gets a lot easier. Let's head back up here, because I'm at about half health. Lots of fireballs incoming, but thankfully most of them missed. Hell, most of them didn't even show up on here. Only 2 fireballs came in that pass. That one got a little close. Hopefully this will be enough. Yep, there we go. Sup, Jaren? How you doing? We should have enough intelligence that, even with the defense buff going, we can regen some of our mana. How did Faz go tonight, Jaren? As you see, you've caught me at kind of a questionable moment. Ooh. And again, hearts aren't a problem. We've got hearts for days. So, not gonna worry about our heart supply. Let's go in for a bite. Come on, come this way. There you go. Ow. And here comes the fire. That was a good set of hits right there. Come on. Onto the wall. Okay, we got one down. So now his buddy here... Wait for it. He takes a couple of bites from his friend. He gets 100 HP back per bite. Baz went fine, that's good. Okay, I think he tried to bite me then, so that wasn't too big a deal. But now that we've killed one of the heads, the remaining head's not going to be a problem. Okay, looks like he's coming from the ground. Nice set of hits there, and I am out of hearts. Come on. There's your head. There you are. Ah, he tried to bite me. Yeah, sorry, that's not going to work for you. You go for another bite? Nope, you're breathing fire. Oof. Dang, 47 with the defense buff. Ow. Oh. A little close there, buddy. I don't know if those rocks can hit you through the platforms, but on the off chance they can. Or they can't, I decided to stay on here. Oh, fire! Ooh, okay, fire hurts. Since it's just him, I will take the risk of getting a few more hits. Probably getting hit once, maybe. Okay, yeah, I don't trust it at this point. I don't want to get too low. So let's see, yeah. I want to be able to tank at least one fireball in case I get caught while I'm healing. It's not common, but I have had it happen before. Yeah, he's getting closer and closer with those fireballs every time he shoots me when I'm up here. Ooh, that one got really close. That one was right next to my foot. And keep in mind, I'm not using a defense buff right now because I'm busy healing, so if one of those hits me, I'm going to be taking the full force of the hit. Okay. I'll see what I can do. Oof. It seems the falling rocks don't go near the platforms, so that's nice to know. Coming for another pass. Fire. Ooh, okay. I was about to say, I could end the fight right now if I wanted to, just by using a heart item and getting my hearts back, but I wanted to make things at least a little bit interesting. Okay, boss dead, we can regen our mana. Let's get out of here. Well, we'll say Kayla did die once, but the weekly was both hard and annoying, so it's understandable. Essentially being a slightly harder nightmare mode with mostly tier 1 equipment. Basically, the weekly was rough and we ended up giving up on it. But we did have some good before then, and after we stopped doing the weekly, it was smooth sailing. Well, that's good to hear. Okay, so now we get the heavy ring. Certain boxes can be pushed. Y'all remember those crates we couldn't move? Well, now we can move them. Okay, that looks like actually a pretty good place to farm some hearts, so let's go do that. Right, that'll give us enough. I can use medicine the rest of the way. That's fine. Let's see. Yep, this room's clear. Okay, that was one of the rougher bosses in the game, the zombie dragons. There's a couple of more rough bosses after that. Like, let's see, I want to say the next 2 bosses are considered pretty rough. But, once we get past them, it's not going to be that bad. Especially since we have access to the cards. The cards make things a lot simpler. Okay, and we can work on farming hearts on the way out. Let's see. Yeah, we still have about half an hour, so we can keep moving. I wanted that heart. Ooh, hello. Mind restore, I'll take it. Oh, didn't mean to throw that down there. Thankfully, touching them doesn't poison you. Okay, I need to get a head start in that room. There we go. Alright, now we can push these. And in we go. Okay. And now we're back here. A much easier area. Okay, so now we technically have 2 places we can go. We can go down below us beneath that save point and go into the area that's under there. Or we can head back to the entrance hall because there's an area over there we haven't explored yet. I'm gonna go to the entrance hall because I want to go there next for a very specific reason. Oh. Ha! 1 damage. You are nothing! Gargoyles. Alright. Have these enemies been replaced here yet, or are they still themselves? Oh, they have been replaced. Okay, that's not good. These are a new enemy. These are succubi. I don't like succubi. Succubi are annoying. They have indestructible projectiles. They like flying around like that. Ow, they do a lot of damage. 45 damage with my defense buff. That's... oof. Ow. Okay, touching them is not as bad as getting shot. Ugh, they're so annoying. Unfortunately, there's a combination that makes dealing with them really easy, but we don't have it, so... Ugh. The only saving grace is that, generally speaking, they don't have a lot of HP. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the hub and save, since we're in the area. I don't want to take a risk and have a repeat of the electric skeleton incident. Much better. Alright, let's head to where we're supposed to go next. That takes us back there. Yes, let's go this way. You want to go straight across. Back into this area. Only now we can actually do stuff here. I think this right here is a knife. Yep. Alright, but now that we've got the heavy ring, we can push this just by walking into it. The underground warehouse. Alright, now technically speaking, if I'm being 100% honest, this area is 100% optional. You don't have to come here. Coming here is a really good idea, and the game expects you to, because there is an artifact down here that's a progress item. But, ow. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That's fairly standard damage. Okay. There should be a save point right over here, too. Oh, well, we're getting close anyway. Whoa, hello. Actually, tell you what, let's go with Manticore for the ultimate in projectile protection. Yeah, we've got Fox Hunters now. Ah, that's a new enemy. Archdemon. Now, these guys have a card. And I want to get it from them. They also drop curse rings more commonly than beast demons do, but I want their card. Technically speaking, we could have gotten their card earlier. I think after getting the thing that lets you destroy blocks, I think we can get that in there. You know what? I think what I'll do is I'll save that for after I get the card, because then I can use that to heal from stupid damage from running into zombies like that. Ooh, neat. Ow. Okay, don't want to get too close to him. That hurt. Jeez, you take a lot of hits. One second, folks. Sorry if you heard any of that. Like how demons have what I like to call Cyrano's Icicle Fall on Easy Mode Syndrome, where they can't hit you if you stand right in front of them. Yeah, the beast demon type enemies can't. Neat. Just gotta stand right under his face, and there really isn't anything he can do about it. Apollo. Okay, this is the one. Not Artemis. Apollo. I think this is the one that's like the bunch of projectiles. Let's see. Is that it? This one has a special button combination. Yes, it is. Okay. So this one is the first of the cards that has a special button combination you have to perform in order to actually use it. So for this to work, you have to, starting from down, whatever direction you're facing, whether it be left or right, in this case it's right because I'm looking right, you want to go from moving the control pad down, you want to do a half circle forward to up. Or not half circle forward, but like a full half circle ending on up and then attack. So, like that. Nice. Okay. Good example. So, Apollo Salamander, you throw a bomb. Let's see. I believe this throws an ice ball. Yeah, throws an ice ball, explodes, spreads out like that. Let's see. Mandragora, I think, throws... Yeah, just throws a rose. Golems and... Ah, yes, Golem's the nice one. Golem's like a mini item crash. It summons spikes up from the ground. Okay, Twitch is acting really weird with chat, and I don't know why. Of the ones that are in this list, I will probably be using Apollo Golem the most. Cockatrice, I think, throws a boulder? Ah, no, that's the meteor shower. I think that can petrify enemies, too. Let's see. Manticore throws just a poison puff. Yeah, that thing's basically useless. But, let's see. Griffin... Ah, yeah, the little mini tornado. That one's not half bad for killing succubi. And Thunderbird, big ol' lightning ball. Alright, so let's go ahead and heal while we're here next to this mana booster. Especially after getting that card, I do not want to lose that. Just a little further on the healing, and we'll be good. That's better. Okay. I think we'll stick with our standard defense buff for now. Okay, I don't know why my chat on my phone is being as weird as it is, but it keeps, like, going up and down as though new chats are coming in when they're not, and I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on. Right. I'm gonna close my Twitch app and reopen it and see if that fixes the problem. Let's see, Twitch. Are you gonna stop doing that? There we go. It actually updated my viewer count too. It was constantly showing it as 0. There we go. Now this guy, if I can get close enough to him, I can actually use Apollo Golem on him. Apollo Golem is going to be my go-to for dealing with succubi. There we go. Got a couple of stabs on him. Got him. Alright, yeah, I can hit him twice. There we go. Yeah, dealing with enemies like that, that's... Okay, it's still doing that chat message bounce thing, and I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, we needed the heavy ring to get down here, so basically this entire area is more or less block pushing puzzles with enemies interspersed. Any hidden walls? Nope. Okay, we got some more king moss. Smash that. We can push this out of the way. I think Kayla had an issue with Twitch chat too. Twitch being Twitch, I guess. Yeah, more than likely it's Twitch being Twitch. It's odd that it wasn't increasing my viewer count when you and I'm guessing somebody else is in here. Oh, Thunder Armor. Alright, we want to be careful with this guy. There's another new enemy in here. That's another one of the armor-type enemies. I forget if it drops a card or not. I don't want an axe. Secret wall? Nope. Ah! Yes, the Poltergeist. Poltergeists are annoying because they like throwing their furniture at you. There we go. Nearly fried my tail. Take that. Let's wait for this thing to kind of fly away. Secret wall? Nope. Secret wall? I don't think I checked the wall up there. I'm always paranoid about secret walls, but that's just kind of how it goes in these kind of games. Nope, no secret wall. Especially since this is one of the few Metroidvanias that doesn't actually have a thing at any point that tells you where the secret walls are. Because a lot of the later Metroidvanias give you something that kind of like points you in the direction of a hidden wall. Yow! That's potentially 120 damage right there from getting hit by that Poltergeist if all three of them hit you. Save point! Whew, okay. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into in here. Oh yeah, probably want my defense up. I want to be careful because Poltergeists can shoot their things through the floor. Yeah, kind of like that. You know what? Get spiked! Dang, you can do extra damage after it's stopped. That's... Ow! I literally just healed that. Might be a secret wall up there. Maybe the other way? I don't think I can get up there. No, that's a bit too high a jump. No, there wouldn't be anything up there. Not on that side. Alright, so let's check out this puzzle. See what we got here. Okay, I see what I need to do. Push this one in first. Smash that. Push this one over. Smash this one. And push this here. I think there's a bunch of fox archers in this room. Oh yeah, let's have some funny time. Electrified brandish. Haha, take that. I guess... Oh, there it is. Let's see, I guess it despawned. Okay. I think there's more of those zombies down here. But this isn't a bad room to farm hearts in. I don't think I can quite get up there. Yeah, that's going to be a puzzle. I think I need to get a block down here. Oh, you. Let's see. Whoop. That at least explains why it's really good to farm hearts, because you'll need them for that guy. I think there's a secret wall around here. Nice. All 5 hits landed. Perfect spacing. Dodging that. I believe that's the block we need, but there's this hidden wall somewhere. Don't want the stopwatch. I already lost my cross once to that thing. No hidden walls? Don't think there's one down below. Actually, there might be. Hidden wall. Let's see. Nope, no hidden walls here. Tell you what I'll do, since we're going to be doing a block pushing puzzle anyway, let's go ahead and heal, and we can take the time that we're doing the block puzzle to regen our mana. So, might as well. Alright. Let's see, what do we gotta do for this? Well, the only way to push it is to push it this way, so start here. I don't think you can use this to crush enemies either. I haven't tried, granted, but the way the enemies would be positioned around here, I would think it'd be impossible. Right about here ought to do. Hearts increased. Okay, now if I'm not mistaken, I want my defense buff going into this next room. Oh, I guess I am mistaken. Never mind. Don't want the knife, thanks. I mean, there's dudes here, but not anything I would consider necessary to have a higher defense stat for. No hidden walls. Might be one over there. Alright, let's see about this puzzle. I think this one's only 2 blocks. Might be 3, actually. We got that one down there, we got this one. Okay, yeah, it's just these. Smash that first. Get this over. Might as well patch up again. We're doing another block puzzle. Ooh, apologies if you heard that. That was me cracking my knuckles. Ooh, that's better. Okay. Should just be able to drop this straight down. This is where he screws up the puzzle and goes, darn, I screwed up the puzzle and have to do all this over again. Yep. Oh, this is the room I want the defense buff for. Specifically for those guys. I remember these things doing over 100 damage to characters that had way more HP and defense than I do. So, youch. Now, thankfully, we already have their card. Do they drop any armor worth noting? I think they do. Let's see, this is holy armor, I think. Skeleton boomerang, fish shade, bone tower, stone armor, earth armor, succubus, thunder demon, flame armor, death mantis, ice armor. Not that one. Thought it was holy armor. Yeah, here it is. Oh, they can drop... What is that? Platinum armor? That might actually be worth taking. We'll see. I'm sure we'll get one in due time. But for now, the rainbow robe will definitely suffice. Ooh, neat. Aha! Hidden wall. Oh, no! Oh, dang. These guys are strong enough that I can't slide kick them to death. Oof. Ah, my HP. Now, I actually want these pushed out a little, but not all the way. I want them to act like wedges, if possible. Ow! Okay. Yeah, I want my defense buff going down here. I don't want to take the full force of a holy armor. Oh yeah, you'll notice he aimed upwards. They can do that. Don't want an axe. Another one! Neat. Yeah, having those boxes pushed out. Ow! It's getting up here a little easier. Oh, I thought that was going to hit both of them. Oh well. At least they're giving me plenty of treasure. Ah, a mana boost. Just what I needed after receiving that beating. Ow. Ooh, I just noticed we're at 3 hours, so this would probably be a good place to stop. Once I finish healing here and grabbing this, I'll discuss my plans for next time, and we'll see y'all then. Let's see. Grab this real quick. Now, let's see. Yeah, we're probably about halfway through here. Maybe a little less than half. we're still a ways away from the next save point, so what I'll probably do is, after calling it a stream here, I'll probably walk back to that previous save point, save there, and we can start there next time. So I hope y'all enjoyed tonight. We made a lot of progress today. Let's see, we started at like 20 some odd percent, I think. Yeah, somewhere around there. We got roughly 40% of the game done, so that's not bad. So yeah, I'll stop it here. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all have a good night, and sleep well, everybody.